On this webinar, we're going to take a look at how you can record unavailability for your agency workers. AWR directive states that breaks need to be recorded accurately, and in ADAPT you can do this. It's nice and easy, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Now we're in a candidate named Tom. We can see he's a temp candidate, and at the moment he is working for us, so you can see by his status, and we can see the client name and the job role. And if we scroll down, it confirms it down here. We can see admin role. He started this week and he's working for a couple of weeks till the 20th of March. So he's currently in that booking. So what we're going to look at is how you can log if he needs to log unavailability. So if we go to the drop down next to profile, scroll down, there's an availability page. On here, you can see under unavailability, any shifts that Tom has worked or is due to work will be listed on this page, and the times from and to will be put in there as well. So we can see the reason in there is because he's been booked into a shift, so he's not available in those times. So if we scroll down here, we can see got 27th, and we can see we're going through till the 20th of March. Now in here, you can then log unavailability, as we can see. So you can click on that button at any time, and then you can put what dates he's not free from. So we can say unavailable from this date to that particular date. So I'm going to say he's phoned up today and he's sick. So I'm just going to do today's date, same date from and to. Then you've got unavailability reasons from the black file in here. Now the reasons, depending on which one you select, can affect the clock in different ways. For example, if you're logging jury service or sickness, then that will pause the clock. If you're going to use something like working elsewhere, that will then reset the clock from 0. And also, if you use something like working for another agency, if that other agency is booking that candidate into the same, working for the same hirer, so the same client, in the same role, it actually continues that clock ticking. So you can see it's very important, depending on what you're picking, it really affects that AWR clock. If you want to see a full list of the scenarios in the system, so for each reason, what happens to that clock, there is an article that goes alongside this webinar. So if I put sickness here and then confirm, ignore this message at the top for now if you're not using Temp Buddy. So what we can do is see in here, we can confirm. It says candidates should be unavailable for all activities if the reason of unavailability is sickness. There we go, that's fine. Unavailability would be created for just one day because that's all I've put in. So I can okay that action in there. And if we scroll down in there, for the 27th, we can see we've got sickness absence, and that will then link to the clock. So that will be used in that scenario. If you want to log that that person's been off sick for whatever day it is or whatever period, you can see it's then stated in the unavailability reason. This will be used if you don't need to rebook anybody for that shift. So if they phoned up, the client's happy for them not to go in, they don't need a replacement, just log it in this page. If we go back to the front page now, to the profile, scroll down, and we actually go into the admin administrator assignment, so click onto the start date, you can see we're in the assignment record. So the front page is a details page. So this is where you would normally land. And then if you go on the drop down to field shifts, we can see on there the 27th has been unbooked, so taken out of the shifts worked for that assignment because you've logged that he was unavailable. Now, the other reason I've taken you into the assignment record is scenario 2. So what if you do want to replace somebody into that role and you're going to send another candidate to that client? So instead of logging it on the the availability page in the candidate record, instead, you would come into the assignment record. And then you would select certain dates from here and then go to unbook. And then see how you've got the option to put a replacement candidate in there, or you don't have to. You can actually leave it blank if the replacement's not needed. So if you were going to go and find a candidate, so I'm going to find somebody in here. See that you can make, it says, do you want to make Tom, this is referring to, unavailable? I'm going to say yes. Why unavailable? And then you would select the appropriate reason. And then you can go unbooked by, I'm going to say the candidate. And do you want to send docs out as well? So that will send out documentation to the candidate you've replaced. So we can see now those dates have again been removed from that assignment because Tom isn't going to be working on those dates. And then what's going to happen is a new assignment will be created for Tim saying that he's worked those particular dates in there. And you get your confirmation emails in there. So dear Tim, you've been assigned to work in for those particular shifts. And also one going out to the contact at the client confirming Tim's going to replace that candidate and the times that he's coming in and the dates. So as you can see, there's two ways to log it. You can either come into the assignment record, go to the field shifts page and use that option in there, select multiple shifts, and then either replace or don't replace, but log unavailability. Or you can go to the candidate record availability page, log it in there, but there's no option for replacement.